Next on Worcester News tonight, it's the 4th of July and many are out boating. We got a look at how a police patrol is keeping them safe. Plus, more than 100 people celebrated their first Independence Day as American citizens in Sturbridge. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Happy 4th of July. I'm Anna Botari. Another scorcher out there today with temps in the 90s. Let's get you over to meteorologist Tim Kelly for a first check of your holiday forecast.
The record hot temperature for today is 102, set in July 4th, 1911. Today we fell just shy of 90 at the airport. Now, the weather data comes from the airport, but it was not coming from the airport in 1911. So putting the thermometer on top of the hill really changes the way our climate site operates. Here in Worcester, without hitting 90, that means the heat wave is over, right? Well, no, the heat wave is not over because downtown we were 90 today. And at midnight tonight, we're only going to be cooling to 75. This is our future radar here. There's nothing on the radar, no storms around. I was kind of surprised. I thought we'd have some storms around. There is that fog along the south coast. There were some thunderstorms just south of the coast today. And then tomorrow, here's the 3 o'clock map. It says 87 in Worcester, but that's at the airport. Downtown, we're going to be in the lower 90s, just like Haverhill is going to be 95, Leominster's 92. So tomorrow is going to be day 7 of the heat wave. It breaks with thunderstorms Friday. We're tracking those storms coming up in a few minutes.
Developing tonight, Worcester police say 2 people have died after a serious accident in the city Wednesday afternoon. According to police, the 2 victims were in their 80s. The car appears to have crashed into a rock on Barry Road. The names have not been released. Worcester police are investigating. A 3-alarm fire breaks out in a West Brookfield home Wednesday. Firefighters from several towns responded to a residence near 363 Main Street, where a garage and house were heavily damaged. The department says they received the call around 10 a.m. and were quickly able to extinguish the fire. Ambulances were on scene, but there were no reported injuries to the residents. According to the Telegram, the cause of the fire was a lawnmower. It's a hot day in central Massachusetts, and on this holiday, many are taking a spin on area lakes to cool down. Today, our Rosalind Flaherty joined a boat patrol to get a look at how police are keeping boaters safe. She joins us now with the story. Rosalind?
Anna, we rode along with Webster police as they patrolled Webster Lake on one of the busiest days of the year. Webster Lake is a popular place to be on the 4th of July, and it's Officer James Young Sr.'s job to make sure people are safe and following the rules.
We're getting complaints about the jet ski speeding through the channel. If you go through the channel over there, it's 5 miles an hour.
We were on board as Officer Young patrolled the more than 20 miles of shoreline.
We're looking for erratic operations, people not registered, not doing the right things.
He spotted 2 men on a jet ski doing donuts and pulls them over.
You got your registration?
It's my buddy. But he said, yeah, everything's straight.
All right, let's go in the shore so we can talk.
He soon learned they do not have the proper registration on board the jet ski. He says a registration has to be on a vessel at all times.
His voyage has been terminated until he can get the proper paperwork for it.
Young says Webster Lake is a dry lake, which means no drinking. Children under the age of 12 have to be wearing a life jacket when the boat is in motion, and no one under the age of 16 can drive a jet ski.
Verbal warning for children with no life jackets.
He's on the water a couple times a week to keep everything running smooth, and says residents tell him they feel safer knowing he is watching their lake.
I'm all about them having fun and coming out here and having a good time. Just do it safe. And if I see you operating erratically, you're going to get stopped.
Now, we were on the boat for about 2 hours, and that's about how long it takes to patrol the entire lake. So again, police want boaters to help them out and follow the rules. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Rosalind. Old Sturbridge Village hosted Independence Day events all day long. They held activities like dance lessons and carriage rides and fired a reproduction cast iron cannon to celebrate. Even before the tradition of fireworks, historian Tom Kelleher says making noise has always been the way to celebrate the 4th of July.
They would do anything they could to make noise. Ring church bells, set off fireworks. Then as now, fireworks are illegal in Massachusetts, but people still got a hold of them then, just like they do now, and set them off. They would shoot off artillery if they had cannon. They would shoot muskets.
The museum also displayed a giant Declaration of Independence outside their meeting house. Visitors walked by and signed it themselves. Also at Old Sturbridge Village, more than 100 new U.S. citizens celebrate Independence Day. The museum held a citizens' naturalization ceremony on the village common. Our Chandler Walsh was there and has the story.
This is the 5th year Old Sturbridge Village has hosted a naturalization ceremony on Independence Day. It's their largest group yet, and many who became citizens say they're filled with pride.
I'm very proud to become a new citizen of the United States.
A crowd of 152 people representing 51 nations came together at Old Sturbridge Village to become U.S. citizens. A long and challenging process for many, Ozan Bozda says becoming a citizen took him 8 years.
You are coming to a new country, you are not really speaking English, and it's a totally different culture to be in. So it takes you for a while to understand.
U.S. Magistrate Judge Kenneth Nyman says the current immigration debate is toxic, and he wanted this naturalization ceremony to be positive and honor the country's immigrant history. He addressed the group with a message of inclusion.
Lift this ceremony out of that toxic debate and really get back to the fundamentals of citizenship and people wanted to come to this country, seeing it as a beacon of light.
The message struck a chord with Bozda. The native of Turkey says he was surprised to hear others were happy to announce their citizenship.
That was the highlights of my day. Right. I didn't think I would be that emotional, but it was pretty emotional.
Jose Annunziato is the last one in his family to become a citizen. He came to America from Venezuela more than 20 years ago, and though he didn't plan on staying, he says he fell in love with the country.
With so many things going on with my country, it's almost impossible to go back, and whereas here is very welcoming, and I just feel that I have a country again.
Some of the new citizens say it was a great experience for the ceremony to be here at Old Sturbridge Village and were able to spend part of the day walking around the museum and learning about their new country's history. In Sturbridge, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Now to an update on the story we brought you last night. The Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is also a July 4th tradition. It featured one of Central Massachusetts' own again this year. Oxford Jeffrey Esper broke the top 5, coming in 4th. He's one of the world's top competitive eaters and showed his true colors today. It's not just a one-day event for Esper, though. He spent months preparing for this moment.
So, for this contest, for Coney Island, it's a different type of contest. I eat a lot of hot dogs. Hundreds and hundreds of hot dogs to practice for this contest.
Esper, who is a full-time school teacher, says his summer vacation is filled with more eating competitions, including ice cream and pizza. In an annual 4th of July tradition, Rutland welcomes thousands to watch their Independence Day parade. The event is the culmination of a 5-day celebration. The parade is reaching a milestone this year, and some say the holiday just wouldn't be the same without it. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with more. Cam?
Anna, today marks the 242nd anniversary of America becoming an independent country, and for a good chunk of that, Rutland has hosted their annual 4th of July parade. This year was no different. Every 4th of July for the last 70 years, the town of Rutland has celebrated Independence Day in style.
Excited to see everything that's going to be here, all the floats and the police cars and the fire engines. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
What are you most excited about seeing today?
The parade. I would say the floats mostly.
The annual parade drew in a crowd of thousands. Family, friends, and neighbors filled Maple Ave while celebrating America's birthday.
It's nice to see people come out, and it's the birthday of America, but it's also celebrating the sacrifice that the military does put forth so we all can be out here and enjoy our freedom.
Floats rolled up Main Street as volunteers hurled candy all over the crowd. Bands played, people waved, and there was even a visit from Santa himself. For the town, there is no 4th of July without the parade in Rutland.
Probably the last 9 years or so. It's been an annual tradition for us. We've been bringing the kids down here.
4th of July and parades go hand in hand. I mean, on the 4th of July, you always have a parade.
Now, this year's theme was All You Can Imagine, which allowed people to get as clever and creative with their floats as possible. And having attended the parade this year, I can say they were all fantastic. Anna, back to you.
It looked like fun, Cam. Thanks for that. In honor of the most patriotic day of the year, Wallet Hub has released its report on the 2018's most patriotic states in America. And Massachusetts is ranked last. That's right, Massachusetts came in 50th for most patriotic states. The data ranges from military engagement rank to adults who voted in the 2016 presidential election to most veterans per capita. Those we spoke with do not agree with this ranking.
What should be number one, if anything? This is where it all started, 1776. Come on, this is where it all started. Boston Harbor, you know that. Come on, everybody knows that. You learned that in grammar school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a patriot. You know, I'm all American. I don't, you know, that's all I can say about it, you know.
Virginia came in at number 1, while Alaska took the number 2 spot. The city of Worcester is continuing its effort to crack down on illegal dumping by holding offenders accountable. According to the Telegram and Gazette, city officials will soon publish names of confirmed offenders. The effort to eliminate this in the city is being led by City Manager Edward Augustus's Quality of Life Task Force, which has 20 surveillance cameras monitoring streets across the city. There have been multiple reports of bear sightings in West Brookfield over the last couple of weeks. Joe Martone of West Brookfield took this video of a black bear walking through her backyard Tuesday morning. Police say there are a few different bears in the area. They're advising people to take bird feeders inside, and if you see a bear, not to go anywhere near it.